At this time, Brother Lee, let's give Brother Lee a round of applause. To grace us with a few words.
Assalamu alaikum. I didn't know really what I was going to say today, but Brother Philip and I had a unique kind of bond.
Go ahead, brother.
Around the time I met Brother Philip, I was kind of like a ticking time bomb almost. Really didn't nobody know I was going to college. I had lost my mother when I was 13. My mother was I would say, probably the best Christian I ever met in my life up until this day still.
That's right, son.
She always taught me God. She said, if I had to stand on one side and the whole world stand on the other, I had to be willing to make that stance for God, righteousness' sake. So like, years went by, the world, how I was seeing the world was so seemed like opposed to my nature, or the way my mother and my father was God-fearing man as well, they had raised me, taught me. So I had got caught up, with my friends. I was caught up in the world myself, but I still had my mother's voice in my head.
Go ahead.
So I had always been taught the Bible and all of that, but I read it. I tried to read it for myself. So the things I got. Thank you. The way I saw the Bible and the way the things started seeming to me, I would try to relate it to my problems, like, man, the Bible ain't no soft book, you know what I'm saying? It's really talking like how we thinking, you know what I'm saying? Or the more things I would say, people say you sound like a Muslim or something. Okay. So one of my older cousins, he was getting ready to go to the NFL. But while he was working out, he didn't have nowhere to stay because he had already played 1 year in the NFL. He came home, so he stayed with me. And all we would do was read, read like, Roots, the Bible, Malcolm X books, stuff like that. So before he left me, he said, maybe you should check out the Muslims. We need to see what they're talking about. So he left. So I stopped by the corner one day, his brother Reginald. May Allah be pleased with him. I said, where you Muslims meet at?
Go ahead, bro.
And he told me. So I came, you had to fill out the paper to say who brought you out, who invited you. I put a law.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So I didn't really believe, I thought everybody was full of it. I just wanted to see who gonna be talking that Bible like how I seen it. You know what I'm saying? And Brother Philip got introduced as a speaker. I had never met him, never saw him. I had never heard Minister Farrakhan speak. I just had read, you know, a few Malcolm books, Muhammad Ali books that my mom bought. And the whole time, Brother Philip was looking at me when he talked. But every question I ever thought in my head.
Go ahead, son. Go ahead.
Come on, man. You can do that. Go ahead. Come on, black man. We with you.
That's right.
He spoke on it.
That's right. Go ahead, son. Every last one. It's how God works.
That's right.
After the meeting, after he spoke, I shook his hand. I didn't say much. I didn't have to say nothing. He did all the talking.
Yes, sir. That's right.
He said, "We're about to go eat, brother. You ride with me." I don't even believe he had asked me my name yet.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
So I got in the passenger seat. The whole way to the restaurant, he just was talking to me like he knew me.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Come on.
Like everything I had been wrestling with or everything I'd been thinking for like the past year, he was speaking on it. And you know, I always had strong men in my family, like my father, my grandfathers. So it wasn't like I didn't have no man in my life.
Go ahead.
But couldn't none of them seem to understand me. Like Brother Philip.
Yes, sir.
So I felt kind of like, I felt such an affection for him. I felt like I would be a liability to him and the Nation of Islam, because after a while he started giving me tapes of Farrakhan. I fell in love with Farrakhan.
It's a wrap. It was a wrap.
And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I looked at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad like my grandfather. Like, my grandfather spoke kind of like Elijah Muhammad, but not with the biblical backing.
Yes, sir.
Or
Yes, sir. We understand.
the profound teachings that Elijah Muhammad. So I felt the way I felt for my grandfather, I learned to feel for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So I felt like a liability, like I was saying. Like I felt the storm brewing.
Yes, sir.
So I stayed away a little while. But during that little while, that storm blew. I'm that brother that shot up that complex and wouldn't put my gun down for nobody but Muhammad.
That's right.
After this point, they had told me maybe I had bipolar or something. I may need some medication. But at this point in time, I said, I need to go be around Brother Philip.
Yes.
And just say courage is the mind state of the spirit that enables one to face difficulty, danger, or pain without fear.
Come on now.
Brother Philip was the epitome of that. So after that, when I seen that I needed to be around Brother Philip for my safety and everybody else's safety too. Whenever I would be around him in his presence, his demeanor, his peace would just bring the calm over me. I didn't have to talk. I didn't have to ask him questions. I didn't have to do nothing. I could just come and be there. I don't know what was going on around the time when I started coming back, but I would come to the meetings and stuff on Wednesday, Friday, and he would be the only one there. And I needed that. I was glad of that. I didn't know where all the brothers had went, but I got that one-on-one time. And all I had to do was just sit there and be quiet and let him talk.
Yes, sir.
He answered, he worked on my mind. He showed me how to take that fire in me that was about to bring me death and turn it into life.
Go ahead.
When I met Brother Philip, I was just a college student. I had a lone wolf, a kamikaze soldier type of dude, I guess. But after I started being around Brother Philip, I accepted the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I met my wife at Alabama A&M. She accepted the teachings and joined with me.
Oh, praise God.
We now have 6 beautiful children. My named our 1-year-old sister Ava. I brought my 2 biological brothers into the nation. For the fact that me saying I feel like a liability, I feel like the best thing I could do was get everybody I knew and bring them to what kept me. I remember my grandmother saying on the phone, yeah, Lee done turned Muslim now, I believe. And my little sister, she was a little girl at the time, she said, my brother ain't no Muslim, she'll get mad. Now she MGT. I'm reminded of Brother Philip every day when I look at my children, because if it wasn't for him, I might not have them. They might not be here. You know, so like, for the example of Brother Philip, showed me the divine nature of a man like the Minister Louis Farrakhan, and made me believe and come to know that Allah appeared in the person of Master Quran and raised up the most honorable Elijah Muhammad as his message. And I can't thank Allah enough for the honorable Elijah Muhammad and the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And for that Brother Philip, who saved my life and enabled me to keep giving life.
Go ahead.